Hey everyone, so I know we've been using this channel to document some of our adventures and travels recently, but today is Mental Health Awareness Day, and I kind of wanted to take the time to talk about my experiences with this. I think it's an important topic, and also it does affect our travels and our trips and our adventures and everything. So I just thought I would take a few minutes to talk about it since it is today. So basically, I've suffered from anxiety, depression, eating disorders, and all the things that come with that almost my whole life. I don't talk about it often or to many people, and a lot of people might not even have ever known about that or that it applies to me. But it is something that I can remember from a really young age. And for a lot of times, I just thought it was part of my personality. Like I was the shy, awkward, quiet girl. But that's really not me. A lot of it has to do with some of my mental illnesses, like my anxiety. I have really bad social anxiety. So I just feel like it's still a really taboo subject, and one of the best things I've ever done in my life is open up about it and actually talk to people and get help and share my experiences and have people share their experiences with me, because a lot of the times I felt like I was just crazy and I was alone, and that's just a bad feeling, and it's very lonely. I'm sorry, my dogs are playing in the background. Anyways, so I do see a psychiatrist, I get help, I take medicine every day for my anxiety and my depression. I actively have to remind myself of things and think of things differently. It's kind of hard to explain. I have to remember to take deep breaths. I have to remember that I might not look like what I see in the mirror, because sometimes what I see is different from what other people see. And I feel like this shouldn't be taboo to talk about, and I feel like help for people with mental illnesses should be readily available. For a long time, I didn't have any help. I'm very fortunate to have insurance that allows me to seek the help I need and to pay for these prescriptions. But there has been a time in my life which I've always been aware that I've had issues, but I've never actually had reached out to do anything about them. But also, there's a long time in my life that even, that I would want to get help. I mean, there were times I thought about it, but I didn't have insurance for a really long time. I didn't know where to go or where to turn. And I kind of just, I didn't know my options. I didn't feel like I had any options. I just dealt with everything for a long time. And I don't think anyone should have to do that, because it was a burden that I carried and still carry for the majority of my life. And I've only started taking medicine to help and actively doing things to help since last February. And I just turned 26, and that's a long time to not have done anything or known options. So with today being mental health awareness, I wanted to kind of share my experiences. Again, probably a lot of people don't know this about me, and I'm trying to be more vocal about it, because, again, having people share with me their experiences has been one of the most helpful things. So if me sharing my experience helps you to make the choice to, talk to a therapist, see a psychiatrist, just share with someone how you're feeling, or just to know that you're not alone, and it's normal to have these thoughts and feelings, and even, being actively aware of what is going on in my head and like why kind of I think the way I think. It's You don't just take a pill and everything's better. It has helped tremendously with my depression and anxiety, having that regulation. But, like, for example, a couple weeks ago, I had tickets for us to go see Father John Misty. I had these tickets 4 months. I bought them forever ago. We're going to go to Dallas. We're so excited. I've been looking at restaurants all week to go to before. It was a Saturday after my birthday, and so excited. And then Saturday rolls around, and my anxiety was so bad. It's suffocating, and it's hard to explain, but the thought of leaving the house and driving to Dallas and being in a room surrounded by people made me sick. It made me feel like I wanted to cry and run and hide, and we didn't go. And it's disappointed. I'm sorry I missed it. I wish I could have went. I wish Tyler could have went. But that's part of it. Sometimes you miss out on experiences, and it takes control of your life when you don't want it to. That's just one example, but I mean, there's plenty. I'm not going to share them all, but having anxiety is like being in a silent battle constantly, where there's just inside of you this internal conflict, and depression just feels like being in this dark hole that you can't get out of and just wondering what the point is. And who wants to live like that? I don't. I was tired of feeling guilty and feeling the way, and finally did something about it. So I just want you to know that you can overcome anything. You're stronger than what you think you are, and I still have to remind myself that pretty regularly. But I think it's important to talk about these things. It shouldn't be something people are ashamed of or feel like they have to hide, or that it's something that, like, there's something wrong with you, because they're not. It's normal, and I just want to do my part in advocating that. And probably not many people will see this, but if it helps one person make the decision to reach out, feel free. Reach out to me. I would be happy to share my experiences further and talk a little bit deeper, or if you just need someone to talk to, I'm an unbiased ear to listen, and I think it's important to have just at least someone you can share with. So feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to talk to you. And anyways, I just wanted to make this short video. I know it's recorded on my phone, poor quality. There's all sorts of dog noises in the background, but I felt like it was something I needed to do. Anyways, I wish the best for everyone, and have a wonderful day. Bye.